Durkak scored his 1,000th career point. Joined by his
And welcome, everyone, to the Woodbridge Channel's coverage of high school sports. Today we're on the campus of Colonia High School before a boys' basketball matchup between the Patriots of Colonia and the Woodbridge Barons. I'm Craig Coughlin. I'll be bringing you the game with my friend and colleague, our mayor, John McCormick, and a new member of our crew today, a senior right here at Colonia High School, Dylan Maltez. Dylan, thank you. I'm sorry I blew your name in the first, off to a bad start.
We all make
hope
mistakes.
you forgive me. So welcome, Dylan. You do sports here at Colonia High, right? You're one of the announcers?
Correct.
And so how long have you been doing it?
Got his own podcast. He does all the games.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Got our crew right over there.
Okay. And John, we come in. This is one of those traditional rivalries. We're getting started really early in the season this year.
Yeah, it's kind of unusual, but anytime Woodbridge Township teams play each other, any sport, any time, any day, it's always a great contest. And Colonia is 2-0 at home. Woodbridge comes in at 1-1. Colonia beat St. Peter's and Piscataway, and Woodbridge beat North Brunswick, lost to East Brunswick.
And Colonia in their home goal win the tap.
Starting for Colonia, number 0, Dylan Sherrill, who's got the ball now. Number 2, R.J. Wertman. Number 4, Aiden Durkak. Number 20, Colin Croner. Number 24, Julian Jones. There's Durkak.
Durkak just scored his 1,000th point, and it's
No
up
good.
and bounces around, can't drop.
Thursday night, he scored his 1,000th in his second game of his junior year. I don't know, man, we don't have any stats. That's got to be the fastest anybody's got 1,000. Most players, they finish with, 1,300, 1,400. So to have 1,000 halfway through your career is pretty impressive.
And not even that halfway through your junior year. It's only the second game of the season.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And he's still got a whole senior year left. He has offers from Villanova, Miami, Rutgers. He's definitely have a bright future up ahead.
Second shot is up and no good, so he goes 0 for 2 to start.
And Durkak, typically a better free throw shooter, misses his 2 there. As Derek Anderson will dribble it up, chair right on him. Anderson goes to his left, cards to the cup, and he gets fouled.
The Woodbridge starters, number 0, Isaiah Tolliver. Number 1, Emmanuel Cruz. Number 5, Brian Anderson. Number 11, Derek Anderson. And number 23, Angel Valdez.
So a couple exchange of fouls here to start off the game.
So we mentioned, Craig, before the game, Woodbridge has a lot of Christmas-related biblical names. They have an Isaiah, they have an Emmanuel, they have a Joshua, and they have 2 angels.
There we go. So there we go.
Appropriate for Christmas
the
week.
Season. Yeah, exactly right. Derek Anderson misses the first free throw. Barons come in at 1-1. Second shot is up and good. First points of the game.
1-0 Woodbridge.
Pressure in the backcourt by the Barons.
Julian Jones dribbling it up. Emmanuel Cruz right on him. Hard press. Julian loses the ball. Fight for the ball, but Julian re-keeps it. All the way out to Durkak. Durkak on the wing. Durkak goes to the corner. Durkak spins around, makes a move. Brought a foul and some heavy contact against Aiden Durkak.
I'll bet you he leads the league in getting fouled.
But at the same time, that's not really where you want him. He's a great free throw shooter, as I've said before.
His brother Jordan, of course, transfer into Rutgers this year. He's a starter now. First shot is up and no good.
7 of the first 9 games.
Yeah.
He's been coming off the bench more recently, though, for RU.
He's made important contributions, though. I mean, they have the 2 stars, obviously, in Bailey and Harper. Second shot is up, and finally, so Durkak is slow start from the free throw line, but he's got 1, and we are tied at 1-1 with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
The coach for Colonia is Jose Rodriguez, and the coach for Woodbridge is Jonathan Jasinski. As it's a steal by Julian. Julian has a lane. Julian goes up. And he lays it in. Julian Jones gets on the board. 3-1. A really interesting score so far in this battle for Woodbridge Township. Anderson going up. Valdez now. Cruz to the wing. Don't get caught from up down. There's contact as he misses
Short
the
of
mid-range.
three.
Fast break now. RJ goes. Gives up to Durkak. Durkak once again from the corner. Backwards pass, but
He's on the end line, and so it'll go over to the Barons with 6:18 to go.
Colonia was very animated in the pregame introductions. They were like all over the place.
that's what they do. It's a Colonia tradition for this basketball team.
Anderson brothers to get on the basketball court. It's been had a terrific football season this year. There's a three-pointer, no good.
Rebounded by Woodbridge. Brian goes up. Brian loses it. Rebound Kroner.
Nice quick hands
But
by
Brian
Anderson
tries to
knock it out.
redeem himself.
Wait. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Drives the lane, no good.
Stuffed by Isaiah Taylor there.
Jones set the inbound. Kicked out of bounds. Colonia will keep it.
Brian Anderson, the leading scorer for Woodbridge, got 36 points in the 2 games he's played.
On the break. It's up, no good. Anderson with the rebound, feeds his brother, banks it in.
And Derek has 3.
All of the Colonia points. So Dylan, has the Colonia a good three-point shooting team, or they get to the basket? Tell us about their style.
Colonia is a very evenly balanced offense. They have many ways to go up front and get you in. They do a lot of full press. They
That's
like to put a lot
backcourt
of
violation.
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was. Sorry, guys.
They like to put a lot of pressure on their opponents, especially when they have a minimal lead. They try to keep the gas on the pedal.
Yeah. So Durkak must have pretty good range, right? If he's being recruited to big-time D1 schools, right?
Absolutely. Aiden Durkak, just a very talented player. He's definitely improved a lot. Definitely put on some more weight this year, and he's definitely gotten a little more creative how he wants to go to the rack.
That was
Well,
a
they're playing
backcourt
him-
violation as well.
They're playing him at guard, which is probably where he's going to play higher up, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's certainly too skinny to be a
Well, he's
big man down low.
Well, he's 6'6". He's not going to, unless he grows.
He could.
But he's even then.
I mean, he's only a junior in high school. I mean, I was
Yeah, that's true.
since junior high, I gained 8 inches.
Did you?
I'm hardly an athlete, though. Oh, yeah, I was a shrimp for a while.
Hey, take it easy.
Sorry, Craig.
This is what we have to put up with, Dylan. Tried to thread the needle.
Nice look, but couldn't get
but
it to him.
Wow.
So Aiden joined his sister as 1,000-point scorers. In fact, his sister Taylor's a 2,000-point scorer.
Yeah, I saw when he scored his the 1,000th point. He said my next goal is to beat my sister's record. Tough D by the Patriots. Out of bounds.
I've got all 3.
Sounds
We're
like
doing
it.
an Around the Best Town show after the game with all 3 Durkak kids.
Are you?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We're moving it from the studio. We're taking it on the road.
Go.
Seven and a half minutes and only 3 for 3. Very low scoring game.
off the hands of Jones, and so the Barons will keep it.
For Woodbridge, for Colonia, out goes Julian Jones. In comes Colin Croner. Too long.
I think it's Chase Rodriguez is in the game now.
Nice give.
Pass. The left
Sierra
hand
is fouled. That was beautiful.
That was a good give and go.
Fouls on number 23, Angel Valdez. In the game now, number 12 for Woodbridge is James Adedeji.
Sierra's shot is good. Nothing but net.
And he doubles it up now. 6-3 Colonia.
Long three. It's good.
And that was a great.
Derek Anderson has a 1, a 2, and a 3. He's got all 6 points for the Barons.
Sorry, Dylan. Go ahead.
And that was just a great play by Anderson. He saw a lane. He saw they weren't pressing hard. They were playing zone, and he just ripped it and he shot it.
Nice.
Oh, in and out.
To get to the basket, but he can't get it to drop.
Walk.
So, Dylan, how long have you been doing games?
I've been doing games since junior year. I started with JP Stevens versus Colonia, and I started up with Mr. Rodriguez, the coach, Principal Chiera, and all my friends, and we've been doing it ever since, and it's been a blessing.
And you don't do just basketball, you do football and any other sports?
We've done football, I've done volleyball and soccer for Woodbridge TV on my own.
Soccer's got to be a hard game to call. Not much action, right?
Yeah, there is a lot of action, but there's just not a lot to talk about.
Right, that's what I should have said, yeah.
Third cack up
man.
and under.
How do you stop that?
You don't.
And it's like I was saying, he's definitely been improving his inside game a lot more, and he goes to the corner and makes a spin move and executes perfectly.
Durkak's listed as 6'6". Looks like he is. Sometimes they cheat on these listings.
I'll tell you when I stand next to him after the game.
Stop and pop. No good. Wortman with the rebound.
So wide open underneath. No good.
On the break, the Barons have it. I think he lost it, yeah. No, I think he lost it. I think he just slipped out of Brian Anderson's hands, and so the Patriots up 8-6.
Durkak taking a break now. In the game for Colonia, we have Zachary Smith, number 1.
Yeah, Durkak looking a little frustrated there for sure. Rodriguez now coming in for Colonia, number 3. The freshman making it to varsity.
Really?
Yeah, he's a player, I've heard good things about him.
He's kind of in the role that Matt McSorley had for Colonia last year, where he can just kind of come in and make some shots.
Nice move, that's good.
Wortman. Well, were you at the game, the final game of the year when they beat St. Thomas in the finals of the tournament?
I was at that game. We did our broadcast.
McSorley had a couple of really key points.
Absolutely. He just came off the bench and hit some threes. You need more people to contribute after.
Yeah, when you get off the bench with 10 points off the bench in a game that's typically 50 points, you're doing all right.
Absolutely. You need role players. Every team has role players. Every team has their main players. And
so Colonia 10, Derek Anderson 6.
Wortman will attempt his first free throw of the day. It looks good. And off to it. No good. Durkak with the rebound puts it up. No good, but he's fouled.
Looked like Derek got him. Yep, he's got 2 fouls now, Derek Anderson, leading the team in points and fouls. They can't afford to have him sit out. But with 2 in the first quarter, that's something that you got to watch.
Durkak. gets it to go.
Durkak's got 4. Leads all Colonia scorers.
In the game now is it Nefa?
Nafa.
Klein? Nafa. Klein?
Anderson with a nice jumping rebound there.
Ooh. Wortman saw an opportunity for a steal, and he made the big overplay, but he came up a little bit short. And so back to the line. We'll go to Barons. Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah, and it's just those little mental mistakes, you know. You try to do it a little too much, and just Zach was already on him, but you just got to make some of these players work. You can't give them any opportunities.
Anderson misses the first. Makes the second.
That was Brian, right?
That was Brian. Brian Anderson. Makes the first, misses the second. Minute 38 to go. First quarter.
Number 33 for Colonia is Nefa Klein. Am I pronouncing that right?
Nefa. Nefa, you said, Dylan?
There's a lot of ways to pronounce it. You can pronounce it Nafa, Nefa.
How's he pronounce it?
I don't know him personally, but I just call him Nafa.
Anderson makes the move, goes up with the right hand, and gets it to drop.
And now it's Colonia 11, Anderson's 9.
There we go.
And you got to give Brian Anderson credit there. Really creative how he goes to the rack.
Smith has it slapped away. Oh, I don't know. I heard a lot of ball on that one. Foul's going to be on Derek Anderson.
Josh Allen comes in the game now for Woodbridge. Out goes Derek. So
Scoreboard shows that's the third foul on him. That would be a tough for Woodbridge.
Well, it said before 2 in the first quarter. Now it's 3 in the first quarter. Your best players out for most of the second. Colonia has R.J. Wortman in the game now. They have Aiden Durkak. They have Nefa Klein. Chase Rodriguez.
Smith gets it to drop.
And Zachary Smith, number 1, who's at the line.
Is Smith a good free throw shooter, Dylan?
Yeah, he's the point guard of the team. He's kind of in the role Jaden Jones was, where he kind of commands the offense, and he just tells people what to do. So when you're a point guard, you have to be at least somewhat good at hitting some free throws.
Smith hit both of those, right?
Yes. Reyes.
A lot of guys driving to the basket today on both sides.
I don't know if Woodbridge is a good free throw shooting team. We're probably going to find out. Looks like we're off to a
Colonia seems to have the overall height advantage.
Oh, they do, for sure.
Lefty shooter, line drive, that's in. Ricardo Reyes for Woodbridge. He's joined by Brian Anderson, Justin Encarnacion. Number 1 is Emmanuel Cruz, and number 2 is Josh Allen.
Misses the second.
And of course, still in the game is Brian Anderson.
Klein gets the rebound.
Nice pass. Oh, nice, another nice pass.
A little too strong, though.
A little too fast of a pass.
Goes off with Jones's hands. And it'll be Barron ball. I think they're going to have to take it from the side, yeah.
2 guys on the Woodbridge bench in sweats. I don't know who they are. Maybe at halftime we can find out who they are and what the injuries are.
Encarnacion calls the foul. Knight draws the foul. That's the first for Durkak. Been 9 fouls in the first quarter. Barons will inbound.
Nice.
Pass to Anderson, blocked by Durkak. Nice move. And he recovered himself.
I think that was on number 3, Reyes. A little too aggressive. Wasn't there a Julian Jones who played years ago for Colonia?
Jaden Jones.
No. Many of them you wouldn't know. You're probably 5. Back when Brandon Hall played, wasn't there a Julian Jones?
There was
with
a
Edmonds,
Jones,
the big guy Edmonds, and the coach. Who's the coach?
What you call it?
Benny LaSala. Joe LaSala played.
No, he would. He played. Yeah.
It was a Julian Jones, I'm pretty sure.
Jones makes the first. Tips around off the hands of Klein.
5 scores for Colonia.
10.2 seconds to go, so the Barons with a chance to cut into the
one off at
Patriot
least.
lead. Up and no good. Rebound. Oh, he tried to tip it back.
A lot of fouls in this game. You're right, man.
I think that was Joshua Allen who tried to tip it back, got fouled. And so he'll go to the line for 2. Yeah, we're going to shoot a lot of free throws. We're at, 10? We're on a pace for 40 fouls in this game. First one, no good. Second one is up and good. So Allen makes the second. It's a 3-point Patriot lead. Long shot by Rodriguez. Oh, closer than I would have thought, and that'll do it for the first quarter.
So first quarter scoring for Woodbridge. Joshua Allen with 1, Ricardo Reyes with 1, Brian Anderson with 3, Derek Anderson with 6. For Colonia, Dylan Scherer with 3, Zachary Smith 2, R.J. Wertman 2, Aiden Durkak 4, and Julian Jones 3.
So Dylan, what's your sense of the first quarter?
Well, I feel like Colonia playing a little bit more sloppier than they usually do. A little bit of a hangover game after Aiden Durkak's 1,000 points. Woodbridge, they kind of like struggled at the end in their last games, but they came out right at the gate, guns blazing. But Colonia still has a lead, so we'll see how Woodbridge can step up.
Have you seen any of the Woodbridge games?
I have not, but they were leading a lot in their game against East Brunswick. They kind of let it slip away if you look at the box score.
As we said, a lot of fouls, a lot of free throws. Let's see.
Yeah, I agree. The game definitely has been a lot of stopping and starting. Usually there's not a lot of aggressiveness on Colonia's side, but we'll see how they adjust.
8 free throws for Woodbridge. 12 free throws for Colonia. So, but it is to a choppy game. There's not any smoothness.
So 6 for 12 for Colonia. How many you said? 8?
I have
4 for 8, 6 for 12.
1,
Both
2,
teams
3,
shoot 50% from the
5,
line.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I got 12 free throws for Colonia. Anybody else keeping score?
I don't keep track of misses. I just keep track of maids.
How about you,
So the
Dylan?
Barons come out for the second half with number 5, Brian Anderson, number 3, Ricardo Reyes, number 12 is Justin Encarnacion, number 1 is Emmanuel Cruz, and number 23 is Angel Valdez. Colonia counters with Chiera, Durkak, who foul there, and he makes it. Colin Croner, number 23 is Chase Rodriguez.
And that's some great.
And 24 is Julian Jones.
That's some great bounce passing by Colonia there. Chiera could have just went up and attacked the rack, but he gives it to Croner and gets an opening, and now he has a chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play.
And he does. Very nice play, like you say, by Chiera. Wide open 3. Chiera put some height on in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
He had a really good year at quarterback this year.
he had the most passing yards in Colonia history, but he also had the most.
Is that true?
Yes, but he also had the most interceptions in Colonia history.
We don't talk about those things.
There are no mistakes.
I thought
Wow! What a pass. And Colonia is coming alive. Woodbridge has to take a timeout here, no?
Well, they've held in the game by being tough and getting to the rim. Fouling a lot. I don't know. And we got a timeout by.
No.
I think
it a timeout or foul?
No, I think Woodbridge called a timeout. To your suggestion, John. They heard you.
They heard me. Somebody pays attention to me. Gosh knows nobody else does.
Well,
except the guy who couldn't hear me.
That's not true.
I'm only kidding.
Dylan's paying a lot of attention to it.
And like you said, Mayor, great pass by Chiara. Definitely, Durkak will get all the credit for the flashy dunk, but it's a great pass by Chiara.
Exactly. Well, when you're a point guard, that's okay by you, right? You live for that.
Of course. You want to get your assist up.
So for Colonia, Durkak leads obviously with 55 points. Chiara has 18. Chase Rodriguez 16. Zachary Smith 12. And Julian Jones 10. So they got 5 guys with double figures. Of course, Aiden leads with 14 rebounds. Colin Kroner has 8.
He actually went up in points. He had 23 against St. Peter's Prep and then had 32 against Piscataway.
Wow.
Wow.
Are either one of those teams good?
Well, St. Peter's Prep has one of the best basketball programs in the state.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're a prep school. They lost in the conference final state sectional to Don Bosco Prep. Dylan Harper was on that team.
Oh, boy.
But how are they this year?
This year, they retained most of their players.
Okay.
They're projected. They were ranked 3rd in the NJ Hooper recruit rankings, but Colonia, ranked 8th, got the upset.
Oh, wow.
Anderson set the inbound. 6:55 to go, just underway second quarter.
Still no Derek, which makes sense when he's sitting with 3.
Dylan, I suspect he'd sit for the whole quarter, don't you?
I do.
Thought about the 3. A little out of control was Tovar.
And Durkak went and picked number 1 up off the ground. Always a good thing to see the sportsmanship among the players. Well, these guys probably have played with and against each other since they were 5, between way back then it was Mayor's Trophy basketball with Colonia, Woodbridge, and Fords. Now it's a combined league. But there's all kinds of travel teams, all kinds of AAU teams, and many guys in this court are good enough to play at that level. And they're friends sometimes and they're enemies sometimes. I should say teammates sometimes and not teammates. Hopefully they're always friends and hopefully they're never enemies, so that was a bad choice of words.
Well, they're rivals on the court.
Rivals is a better word.
There we go. Good rebound, Valdez.
Angel Valdez. Long range.
That's a 3, no good. Cruz can't get it to go, and here come the Patriots.
Looked like he was looking for Aiden Durkak. He was cutting to the hole like he should, but he was double teamed on the attempted pass.
Smith will go to the line. He's 2 for 2. A lot of lefty shooters in this game there, John. Dylan?
Yeah, Zach, lefty, sharp shooter. Expects to be the sole 3-point shooter. You also see Durkak and Chiara get a little bit of the mix there when it comes to 3-point shooting. But Colonia, like I said, they're a balanced offense. You haven't really seen a lot of big threes for them. You've seen Woodbridge attempt more threes than Colonia for sure.
That's true. That's
Woodbridge
a good point.
scoreless in the second quarter.
Pressured by the Patriots. Tolliver kicks it out. No.
Whoa, there's a lucky fan.
A little too much passing, I think. I think Tolliver had an open 3 if he wanted it. Maybe, I don't know if he can make them.
Yeah, I would have to see back then if he was at the top of the arc or on the wing there for open for that 3.
Chase Rodriguez in now, Colin Kroner out. 3.
There's a 3. He got fouled. No?
Looked that way.
Looked like it.
Oh, he got hit in the eye.
Yeah, he got hit right in the face.
The face, I should say.
It wasn't intentional. He just got he's squinting, so I guess it was his eye, John.
Yeah, and Zach definitely frustrated on the court there, limping a little bit. You hate to see that. Of course, these players are super fiery and they're super competitive.
In and out.
Good.
Rebound Colonia, but lost it.
Dylan, to your point, the Barons have tried an awful lot of threes. They've only made one.
Yeah, and they're definitely getting open, but the problem is the execution. The coach is definitely setting their players up, but you just need to execute. You need to deliver.
There's a wide open look for Tolliver, and he makes that one. Isaiah Tolliver has his first basket of the
Well,
game.
if they watch pro basketball, they're used to seeing nothing but threes. So,
Yeah. Come on, such
I tell you,
an
pro basketball
important part of the game.
it's unwatchable. There's a three. No good. Rebound Woodbridge.
Well, there's an awful lot of threes in college these days, too.
No good. Does not
Rolled off the
roll.
rim, yeah. Cruz got to the rim, got it to go, just couldn't get it to drop
Got a
down.
little flip in.
Makes the first.
He's got all 4 of the Baron points this quarter.
No, Tolliver has a 3. They gave him a 2?
No, Tolliver has a 3 and a 1.
This isn't Tolliver, this is Cruz.
Who was that?
Yeah, Cruz.
That was Isaiah Tolliver with the free throw.
Number 1?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 1
Who
is
shot
Cruz.
that, Cruz or Tolliver?
I thought it was Cruz. It was number 1, correct?
Oh, well then, my bad then. I gave it to
There's
0.
a 3 for Chiera, no good. Am I wrong? What number do you have?
That was Tolliver.
Tolliver's number 1?
Oh, it was.
Tolliver is 0.
0.
He was the one that shot that free throw.
Oh, okay. Then I'm wrong.
So I'm not going crazy here, Craig.
I'm wrong.
There's
Dead
another
wrong.
3. In and out.
And it's just unfortunate. Woodbridge is definitely getting open. Colonia might have to adjust to getting to Woodbridge's threes, because eventually they're going to hit them.
Flicked out of bounds.
I just feel like Woodbridge is having the ball this whole last minute.
They have, you're right.
But there's one thing Colonia is prominent on, it's their defense.
Well, a long,
That's a long
three. No good.
No good.
Rebound Chiera.
It's the freshman, Rodriguez.
Faking up, no good. He went too far under.
Barron's contesting every shot.
Yeah. Both teams are playing pretty fierce defense.
Carnacio, a little crossover dribble, gets it up, no good. Anderson tries to bang it off the other player, and it's Colonia ball. So, Dylan, do the Patriots cause a lot of turnovers? We haven't seen
For sure.
a ton of those.
You really haven't seen it a lot. Woodbridge definitely doing a good job at the full court press, but they definitely get a lot of teams on that.
There's Rodriguez, no good.
And as I was saying, when they played Piscataway, they got a lot of turnovers off that full court press. They executed really well, and that's something Jose Rodriguez really likes to play on.
You asked if Piscataway and St. Peter's were any good. Isn't Piscataway generally one of the better teams around?
Piscataway, they haven't been. They went 11-17 last year.
Really?
They're starting with a rebuild. They hired former coach of St. Thomas Aquinas, Bob Turco, who has won
no
a
kidding.
lot.
Yeah, he's a winner.
So they're definitely in a rebuild phase. But they definitely look strong in a lot of cases against Colonia.
Blocked. Oh, got it right back
save
to him.
by Cruz. No good. Durkak with the rebound. He's going to take it himself. So I thought he might feel a little frustration. I thought he was just going to go end to end. That's a 2. No good. Anderson with the rebound. Up and down we go. Not a lot of scoring here. Low scoring game, right? Patriots have generally scored higher than this, haven't it?
It definitely was a higher scoring game on Thursday. Both defenses have been very strong, though, to be fair. As you saw, Julian Jones was able to get a block just a few minutes ago.
Taking it to the hoop on Durkak is often futile.
Yeah, I definitely could agree that he's a big guy, but he's on the skinnier side, so you can definitely make him go to work.
Encarnacion set the inbound. Chiara knocks it away. A little good move on the overplay.
Another 2 turnovers in a row.
Anderson tries to get got in the lane. Tries to draw the foul and does. Crowd doesn't like it. No good. Anderson now 1 out of 3 from the free throw line.
Colonia with Smith, Wertman, Chiara, Durkak.
This is them both.
And Rodriguez. They got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the game now.
Pass too long.
When's the last time you saw that, Craig? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the game.
Been a while. That's the starters, wasn't it?
No, because Jones and Kroner started.
Yeah. Up and under.
Nice play,
Ooh.
Woodbridge. Emmanuel Cruz with 2.
Wide open, Rodriguez. No good. Nice play by Ward
Wow.
to keep it alive.
Wertman, what hustle. And that's the first time we scored 4 points scored in a row like that all game.
Without a foul or a turnover, yeah. Anderson up and under, and he gets it again. Brian Anderson.
That was a beautiful play. Now it's 3 points.
He's got 5.
Picked off.
Kick.
I think a kick they call, right?
Yeah, that was a good move, though, because there was a streaking Barron play. I don't know who it was. I think it was Reyes. When I had a layup.
Woodbridge hanging in there without their best player the whole second quarter. Derek Anderson on the bench, and they still down by only 3. Each team scored 8 this quarter.
Considerably undersized, too. You talked about that before, John.
Colonia or Woodbridge?
Colonia, Woodbridge, rather. Woodbridge is much. Right, I think Reyes is the only guy who's.
Nice pass. Number 3 to number 23, Angel Valdez with the deuce.
I don't have
Nice
the height.
dish from Ricardo Reyes.
Wortman's listed at 6'5", and Durkak 6'6". Chiara looks. They listed him at 6'2". He looks.
Going to play for the
looks
last
taller
shot,
than
you
that.
figure?
No. Pass to Durkak. Nice
He's
catch.
fouled.
And tries to lean back and in.
You can't be complaining about that foul.
Well, he can, but you're right. You were going to say something, Dylan?
Yeah, and I like what you said there, Craig. They definitely could have played it for the last shot, but if you have an opening, you got to go and take it.
Right.
All right, both fans getting a little animated now.
I think they also are probably feeling a little frustration, Dylan. You've seen the games, not I, but this is.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Colonia was. They must have been. I mean, you're right when you talk about St. Peter's Prep and the talent that they have. They must have played a more smooth game than this.
They had a guy. Forgot his name, but he was a great player. He was listed at 6'8" center.
Okay.
And the fact that they were still able to manage around him and still win that game shows how impressive Colonia can be.
Woodbridge almost had a shot to take a lead into halftime there with 7 seconds to go, but the pass was errant.
The foul was on. They called a foul on Valdez. He blocked him literally like he was blocking for the quarterback.
Oh, I was watching where the pass went.
Took the step, put the arms up, put the step out. He's trying to set a pick, but so now the Patriots have a chance. It slips out of the hands of Durkak. Nice save to Wortman. He lays it in, and that'll do it.
Wow.
So a kind of a sloppy, choppy first half, gentlemen. What do you think?
Absolutely. This game definitely, I was expecting a lot more points. Colonia's offense has been super impressive these last 2 games. But for sure on the sloppier side, a lot of people haven't really been involved, though. Jace Rodriguez was way more involved in the game against Piscataway, was ripping mid-ranges all over the court. You really haven't seen him. They got to get more people involved. They are a more spread-out offense, but they haven't been in this game.
So I'll give you the points for the half. For Woodbridge, Isaiah Tolliver 4, Emmanuel Cruz 2, Joshua Allen 1, Ricardo Reyes 1, Brian Anderson 5. Derek Anderson didn't play the whole second quarter and still leads the team in scoring with 6. Angel Valdez with 2 makes 21. For Woodbridge, 2 players with 6, R.J. Wortman and Aiden Durkak, and 4 players with 3, Dylan Sierra, Zachary Smith, Colin Croner, and Julian Jones. 24 for Woodbridge, 3-point lead at the half, just like it was at the first quarter.
So we'll take a break. We'll be back with the second half. Stay with us, everybody. Gentlemen, it was, as we said right before we went away for halftime, it was kind of a choppy, sloppy first half. A lot of missed free throws, a lot of turnovers. What do you expect in the second half, John?
Well, it's a very low-scoring game considering these two teams. 24-21 is probably below both of their scoring averages, last year, first 2 games this year. Just a guess on my part there. But, no, it is. It definitely is lower than both.
And Dylan, we're going to turn it over to you to bring us the play-by-play here in the third quarter as the Barons get the ball to start, down by 3.
Thank you, and that is Ricardo Reyes now. Passing it up. Cruz switching up. Tolliver has a lane, but is stuffed by Chiera. And let's see who touches it last.
The defense has forced a lot of errant passes today. Both sides playing very, very aggressive defense.
Chiera got his hand on it, so.
Here's a jam.
Durkak has a lane. Durkak goes and slams it. Another day, another dunk. Aiden Durkak. 26-21 now. Colonia up. Reyes almost loses the ball again.
And I still don't see Derek Anderson in the game.
quick timeout by the Barons.
Do you think he got hurt, Mayor McCormick?
I don't think so.
I think he just has 3 fouls, and I think they're probably going to.
3 fouls. You might give him half the third quarter, too, because once he picks up number 4, if he picks up 4 in the third quarter, he's got to sit out the rest of that.
That's true.
That is true. He was in a lot of foul trouble, I believe.
Yeah, he had 3 fouls in the first quarter.
But they're in the game.
And quick timeout. Why do you think they called a timeout so quick there, Craig?
Because I think they did. I think the Barons saw that what they didn't like. Right? They had the dunk by Durkak. They had the turnover real fast, and I think the coach was going to say, let's slow this down. Let's not let ourselves get in a position where they're running and gunning.
Well, basketball is a game of momentum.
Yeah.
Boy, look at the height difference now when you look at all 5 of the Colonia players versus all 5 of the Woodbridge players.
Yeah, Colonia did lose a little bit of height, though, but they're still taller than this Woodbridge team. Colonia actually beat Woodbridge the last time they played each other. It was in the GMC quarters against...
Well, Colonia has not beaten Woodbridge. I mean, Woodbridge has not beaten Colonia since 2018.
In basketball, that is really crazy. But they've had their number in football.
That's a long way to go. That's the 6th season of 5 full seasons, 19 through 24. So that's 6 seasons of.
Did they play each other twice a year? Usually they do.
They used
right?
to. I don't know anymore.
They still do that? Do you know, Dylan?
They usually only just play one time a year.
Yeah, other than tournaments and things like that.
They change around all these conferences all the time, it seems now.
Yeah, Colonia is in a conference with teams like South Brunswick, St. Joe's Metuchen, St. Thomas Aquinas, those teams.
Well, everybody is, right? It's called the Big Central.
Big Central. They're all good teams that you just mentioned. St. Joe's and St. Thomas are perennially good. Of course, they recruit and can get anybody from anywhere to come to their school and play.
They don't recruit, John. They're not allowed to recruit. That would be a violation.
Of course not.
But they recruit.
Ricardo Reyes will take his time. Ricardo Reyes. Tolliver gets double teamed. Cruz is open, but wow, that is a great block by Zach Smith.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere to block that.
And everything's getting contested here.
And you can tell Zach Smith is putting on some fire. And how do you expect Anderson to adjust in this game? He had a really good stretch early in the second quarter, but kind of cooled down, Craig.
Yeah, I think he's going to continue to try to find his way to get open. I mean, that starts with the key. He's got Wortman on him now, who has a substantial size advantage.
As it's a 3 by Emmanuel Cruz, 6-foot guard. A little bit on the shorter side, but he delivers and gets the splash.
Lead down to 2 now.
Zach Smith pivots. Worthman turns around. Passing all around the line is Colonia. Zach Smith gets a lane. Zach goes up, but gets fouled. Did you see that foul call there, Craig?
I'm not really sure he got him on that one. It looked like he kind of avoided it, but.
Unfortunately, we can't go to the videotape like we do with football.
Yes.
It moves way too fast.
26-24, 6:05 left to play. Smith heads to the line, misses his first shot. And Colonia and Woodbridge so far, both these teams really not getting a big run, a big stretch. How can that change, Mayor McCormick?
You're right. It's only been who with that, number 1?
Zach Smith, correct.
Zach Smith.
But yeah, I believe that needs to change.
There's not been a big lead this whole game.
Both these teams really hasn't been
against Colonia.
There have been lots of turnovers, but not a lot of points off the turnovers, right? They haven't converted them. They haven't any open steals. You would think with the superior height that Colonia would have a more sizable rebounding advantage. I don't know what the numbers are, but it doesn't seem particularly large.
Well, if you're Woodbridge and you can keep, almost. If you can keep this close before your best player comes back in the game, say late third or for the fourth quarter, you're within 3 points or even get a lead, you're feeling good about it.
As Kroner fakes the 3, Kroner tries to get for the mid-range instead. Chair top
wide
of the arc.
open, no good. Foul against Woodbridge.
Dylan, do you guys keep shooting statistics? I know we checked at halftime. The free throw statistics were pretty bad. The numbers were both below 50%.
Both teams were 500, yeah.
Yeah, we can take a look at that. Woodbridge, let's see their free throws, attempted free throws made. They've made 5 free throws
Way out.
and attempted 12. RJ goes up to the cup.
Oh, a lot of teams, a lot of players missing layups.
I think that was my point. If we knew how many field goal attempts they've missed, it's been a lot.
Not giving them a lane,
not
goes
just the
for it, no
Patriots,
good.
I mean,
Another missed layup.
the Barons as well. All right, Dylan, we keep interrupting you every time you try to get rolling. I'm sorry about that.
Apologies.
John McCormick and I have been doing this for, I don't know,
Yeah, we know each
a long
other.
time along. So
Wortman will shoot 2. RJ Wortman averaging 3 points a game in these first 2 games so far. Durkak leads with 27 points per game.
well, Wardman's doubled his average, and he's got 6, and now 7.
Yeah, Wortman's having a heck of a game.
For sure, he's a very good player defensively, and he's very strong on the defensive side of the ball. I think if he gets his offensive game better as the years go on, he's a junior right now, so he's got a room to work with.
Well, you know they're targeting Durkak. Obviously, he's
Of course.
very well known throughout the state, if not further. And when you got a guy like Wortman who could pick up some of the slack when Durkak's double teamed,
Justin Encarnacion loses the ball. Durkak gets it at the last second. He saves it. Smith spins.
wow, that
Wortman.
pass,
That was a terrific pass.
Whoa.
Great pass and delivery by RJ Wortman as he gets a steal. RJ goes. RJ waits and lays it up and finishes. Timeout, Woodbridge. Colonia finally getting hot. How did that happen, Craig?
8 points this quarter.
Well, I
8
think-
of the 9 for Colonia scored by R.J. Wortman. He's been a beast down there.
They made the turnovers happen in the middle of the court, and they were able to capitalize on that. That's what happened. They scored right off of the turnovers. They didn't have to inbound it. You know, many of them before were knocked out of bounds, and so they had to start all over again. You saw a couple of those right there in the press, and obviously Wortman's size, being 6'5", had a real impact on that play.
And, you know, we talked about Durkak. So there are national high school player rankings. Right now, he is literally number 46 in the country in high school ball players. That is an amazing stat. Of all the kids playing high school ball all across America, he's in the top 50 at number 46.
Honestly, it's not too surprising though. Aiden Durkak, he works very, very hard. He works with multiple college athletes. He works with Gio Baker.
Yeah, I've seen him at Gio up at the club. I met Gio at Eric LeGrand's opening of his coffee house, and I read all about Gio, you know, because I follow Rutgers to an extent. And Gio Baker, I read about, knew a little bit about. And when I met him in person, I said, this guy's legitimately a cool guy. And we started talking, and he was talking about, you know, doing camps and clinics, and we booked him for the club at Woodbridge. And he's there every day in the afternoon, and he's had guys on both of these teams. He called the game with us, Craig. Didn't you
Did he?
remember that?
No, I
Or
don't
maybe you
remember
weren't
that.
here.
No, I
He
don't
called
think
it
I
with
was.
me. Every kid on the court, he basically coached or had a camp or clinic with.
The thing that got them started was that terrific pass by Zach Smith, Dylan.
Yeah, Colonia has had some really impressive passes.
Well, the dunk motivated the team, too. That always gets you riled up when your guy dunks it,
Derek Anderson back in the game.
especially a fast break dunk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
One-on-one,
Gets the crowd in the game.
Let's see
absolutely.
how aggressive Anderson can be here.
Cruz passes it. Derek finally back in the game. Derek goes up. It's a floater. No foul called. Durkak will go quick. Gives up to Kroner.
Yeah, he
But-
traveled.
Yeah, and I definitely saw that
The
travel
pass
there.
was a little bit ahead of him, and he had to take a little step he didn't want to.
And unfortunate, they get the ball back, but they turn it over right away. And those mistakes, they just can't happen.
Oh, man, you see the way he passed that behind his... What a play.
Yeah.
Cruz already out of bounds, but what a play.
Cruz was lucky there. He got himself in trouble by picking up his dribble with Durkak surrounding him.
Every pass is being challenged, both sides. Including that one.
Zach goes. Zach will drive. Zach denied, but they call the foul. And did you see that, Mayor?
What's that?
Did you see that foul?
Oh, yeah. That was, if he didn't foul him, we still had the 2. Now you got to shoot him. But Durkak following the play nicely on a fast break.
And I believe, Craig, this is Colonia's biggest lead of the game so far. Is that true?
Yeah, no
Yes.
question.
Yeah. And a chance to add to it right here. See, this Colonia team is young. Just 2 seniors on the roster.
Yeah, they had a huge senior class. They lost a lot of players. James Corrett, Bashik Austin, Matt McSorley.
And Jaden Jones, right?
Yeah, and they definitely needed some of these younger guys to step up. But it's good because that means they're built for the future.
Yeah, there's only one senior who's played so far, and that's Smith. So that bodes real well for the future, or for at least next year anyway.
Anderson.
Blocked.
But Brian Anderson's right there, and he just
Nice
lays it up.
play, Brian Anderson. He's got 7. He now leads.
And another travel called against Colonia. That just can't happen there, Mayor.
So still a 9-point lead, 3:46 to go, third quarter.
Brian Anderson pivots, backs up. Jace Rodriguez on him. Brian Anderson
Walk.
spins.
Now, if I'm Colonia, I'm taking the ball at Derek Anderson, trying to get him to have his 4th foul.
Yeah, I agree, especially because Derek is a dangerous player.
The most dangerous, at least according to the stats.
I believe he led the team in points in their last game. Kickball called against Isaiah Tolliver. And if you had to summarize this third quarter, Craig, how would you summarize it?
Well, I think that Colonia has gotten to do a lot of the things that they wanted to do, right? They caused some turnovers. They got Durkak going on the dunk. Usually that excites the crowd. They've been better at the free throw line. I think they're 5 out of 6 in this quarter. And they seem to have control of the game right now. I mean, I think these are critical possessions for Woodbridge, right? They need to score. I don't know that they're going to be capable of keeping pace with the Colonia team that continues to score like this. And nobody's made threes. So
Yeah, I agree. Colonia really hasn't attempted a lot of threes, to be fair.
yeah.
Woodbridge, you can't say the same.
Colonia has 14 first quarter, 10 second quarter, 11 third quarter with 3:06 to go. 12 with 3:06 to go. Jones hits. He's got 4. What did they put the point up? Did he make it?
Yeah.
It was just
No,
35.
he didn't.
Oh, he didn't make it.
They
Oh,
said
sorry.
No, now they put it up. They just
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
I
okay,
thought he
okay.
made it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm a numbers guy. I know numbers. I don't have to know
I didn't
basketball,
think
but I
it-
know numbers.
Well, I thought you might have missed it. It went through. Or
Yeah.
Mr. Karowski doing the clock, taking his sweet time.
What's the call there?
I don't know. Did the clock not start?
Yeah, the clock didn't start.
I
It was
saw that
3:06 at the shot. There it goes.
Ref put this.
He took 3 seconds off.
Yeah.
Anderson will pass it in. Not too much effort there from Rodriguez as he backs up.
Nice, all alone.
And great
Defensive
job.
lapse there. Tolliver goes right in.
And it looked like Colonia there sleeping on the wheel with the comes with
Yeah, I wonder
defense.
why he didn't dunk it. That would have started his team on a little, get him fired up. Timeout, Colonia.
I think so.
And I believe they called that timeout to adjust their defense because they were kind of sleeping on the wheel there, Craig.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Something happened.
Coach said, he can score when you leave him wide open like that, right?
I could score
He got right to the
wide
basket.
open if I'm right under the
Oh,
basket.
no, I don't know about sure.
I said if I'm right under the basket.
Well, yeah.
I can't dunk. The only time I ever touched the basketball rim is when we installed it at Green Street.
And then they raised it up to 10 feet.
No, I helped them lift it. I held it while they screwed it in the ceiling. So I got that going for me.
You got that. You're a man who slammed his wrists on the rim. You did it just to check it out.
So if you're watching this, folks, we will have right after this an interview with the 3 Dirkak basketball playing student athletes. Jordan, who's now at Rutgers, a junior. Taylor, who's redshirting at UMass Amherst on the girls team, and Aiden, the junior at Colonia. So if you're seeing the game and when you're over with the game, go to the archives of TV 35 and find the game, and you'll find the interview. It's called Around the Best Town. Sometimes I do it, sometimes Craig does it. We try to do human interest stories. Last time we did one was Jeff and Nancy Mullins and Zoe, their service dog.
Good story.
They were the grand marshals of the Veterans Day Parade. What a great talk they had. They're just such amazing people.
They are.
And now this organization is national and running out of Fords. A national organization run out of Ford. Dow, you could have seen that coming.
Yeah.
And tough mistake by Colonia.
And this is what you don't want. You don't want Woodbridge on a run now if you're Colonia. Of course, if you're Woodbridge, you're fired up.
Jones passes it. Zach from the corner. He's short. RJ with the rebound again. And great
Wortman
awareness and rebounding by RJ Worthman.
Some quarter for Wortman, right?
So it's going to be a tough thing not to say Wortman's having the best game of anybody in the court. Foul on Colonia.
I believe the call was on Julian
24.
Jones.
That's Julian Jones. He goes out. So does Wortman.
Anderson open for the 3.
In and out. Rebound Colonia.
Zach will go quick. And Jace Rodriguez, some miscommunication. Jace not looking there.
Another errant pass. Been a lot of passes gone wrong today.
He was talking to his teammate, but just the wrong one.
It's also the third game of the season.
And he's a freshman. A true.
Yeah, so a lot of guys are not used to each other yet with game 3.
I was about to say a true freshman, but this it's high school.
Yeah.
Good hustle there, man. Zachary Smith had a heck of a lot of hustle on that to get the possession to Colonia, up 9.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Doesn't give up on the play. If there's one thing about Colonia, they leave it all out on the court, whether it's win or lose.
Well, so far they haven't lost.
No.
Smith with 4 free throws this quarter.
And now Colonia's lead to 10, 40-30.
I think that right. The biggest lead before was 9. Wasn't
No, it
it?
was 11. They had him up
They had
11.
11.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like this game's still been a little bit sloppy. Colonia has been able to come away so far. Why do you think this is happening, Greg?
Well, I think the game has still been sloppy and choppy because a lot of fouls have made it to stop, so it's really hard to get into the flow of the game. I think they've done a good job at turning Woodbridge over and capitalizing on that, and I think Wortman's played a terrific third quarter.
Boy, no, look at Wortman. He went out of bounds and he came in.
I think Wortman and Smith have been the 2 guys in this quarter who have really stood out for the Patriots.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Worthman just jumping for the ball. And like the mayor said, going out.
Oh, he tried to do a little too much.
Yeah, absolutely. He got carried away. Under a minute left to play now. Cruz, giving it to Tolliver. Tolliver looking for a man. Turns around, loses the ball, passes it up. Throws it up, doesn't hit it.
Chiaro all over that rebound, boy.
Woodbridge, not a lot of offensive rebounds.
Last shot played.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, another pass wrong.
And like you were saying, Craig,
So just when you thought they might play for the last shot,
Yeah.
now Woodbridge
Well, now
will.
they will, yeah. Yeah, Woodbridge has not been able. That's where the height advantage has really kind of manifested itself most obviously. Woodbridge, not a lot of offensive rebounds.
Woodbridge will play for the last shot. Cruz in between his legs, goes to his right. Three seconds left. Anderson has to just throw it up. Puts it up.
Almost. Wow, that would have been good. So let's give you the points quickly. For Woodbridge, 8 for Emmanuel Cruz. 8 for Isaiah Tolliver, 5 for Emmanuel Cruz, 1 for Josh Allen, 1 for Ricardo Reyes, 7 Brian Anderson, 6 Derek Anderson, and 2 Angel Valdez. 13, 14, 15, that's 30. And now for Colonia. Dylan Chiera has 3. Zachary Smith, 7. 14 for R.J. Wertman. 4 for Chase Rodriguez. 8 for Aiden Durkak. 3 for Colin Croner. 5 for Julian Jones. 10, 24, 28, 36, 40. Oh, that's way too high.
You got 16
Let me do
points.
it again.
Yeah.
Let me do that again. Chiera had 3 with nothing. Zach had 3 with 4 in that quarter. Wertman had 6 with 8. Chase Rodriguez had 4 with none. Durkak had 6 with 2. Croner had 3, still has 3, and Jones had 2, making 5. 20, 34. If I got 44, how did I get 30? I'm 4 too high. How could that be?
I don't know.
Usually
I'll tell you what I got. I got Chiera with 3.
Yep.
I got Smith with 7.
Yep.
I've got Wortman with 14.
Right.
I got Durkak with 8.
Oh, you know what, Chase Rodriguez? I double it. The 4 from Aiden was in the first quarter. He's got 0. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Take that away.
There's your
It's
4.
Yeah, I had 4, and I added that to Chase Rodriguez and to Durkak. My bad. Anyway, here we go. 40-30, fourth quarter.
We are back underway. Thank you,
I'm
Dylan.
Colonia. I'm not in any hurry to shoot anything. Time is on their side.
Well, Woodbridge averaging 10 points a quarter. They're going to have to step it up. Nice move by Jones to get to the basket. Gets it to roll around and drop down. Julian Jones now with 7 points on the game. Dylan, if you're Woodbridge, what are you going to do? What do you have to do here to get in the game?
Make your shots.
Your name's not Dylan.
I always give it to the guys you trust. Brian Anderson had a really strong first half. He kind of slowed down.
You got to put your thing here. Your thing.
Chiera kicks it out. Smith will try the 3. No good. Jones, though, with the rebound. Nice
pass.
It was to Croner.
Number 20 scored it.
Croner.
And sorry, as I was saying, I definitely, if I'm Woodbridge, I would try to give it to guys that you trust. You know, Derek Anderson, Brian Anderson. Tolliver is definitely strong up the rim.
Might have been a foul on 1.
I think it's going to be on Croner. No? You're right, Joe. Number 1. That was on Smith? Okay. This is 3rd. Yeah, they're going to have to make some shots. They're going to have to make... They only scored 9 points in that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. You need some guys to step up.
Derek Anderson's fouled.
Croner's holding his ankle.
Oh, boy, he's down.
He looks like he's in pain.
Colin Croner slow to get up.
Holding his left ankle. Don't untie your shoe, man. Don't untie it.
Pull him up. Let's see. Durkak immediately off the bench, so I suspect Croner will head to the sideline, get a little medical attention. Let's hope he's okay.
He's walking on his own, which is good, but he's walking with a bit of a limp, which is not.
And you hate to see that Colin Croner, the Seton Hall baseball commit.
Oh, yeah. I've been calling him in Mayor's Trophy games for years.
I played against Colin in Little League.
He's good, huh?
Great pitcher, yeah.
who's got good size for a pitcher, 6'2".
You know, Craig, one of the only bad things about the league being all one now is we don't have Mayor's Trophy anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
We should maybe get each league and get the finals or something like that and do some games.
Yeah, but
one
the
day.
kids probably just don't. It would be hard to do that, right? Because by sections.
No, it's cool to call a kid when he's in 6th grade and then call him again when he's a junior, you know?
My point is when you lump everybody together, so a kid from usually would have been in Woodbridge is maybe on the Ford's team or Colonia.
Right, but you also don't get the best kids in the finals. You get just the best teams.
You're right. Anderson makes them both. Smith up and under. That was a nice shot, Dylan.
14-point lead now. The highest ever with 6:09 to go. So the numbers starting to look bleak for Woodbridge.
Well, even though it's really early in the fourth quarter, time is not on their side.
Yeah, we could talk about that Zach Smith move right there. He's super creative of getting up to the rim. He was purely a shooter, like a pure three-point shooter last year as a shooting guard, but he needs to step up as the point guard now on this team.
Colonia, no rush.
Durkak eyes it up, hands it off. He's an unselfish player.
Oh, he definitely is.
Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. This team, you know, obviously, you gotta. Their offense definitely relies on a few guys, but they're not selfish at all.
Encarnacion almost got it. He saw it coming. Nice rip by Durkak, and he gets it to drop.
Durkak gets 2. He's got 10 double figures and 1,012 points or something like that.
Anderson gets fouled as he starts to make his move to the basket, and with 5:09 to go.
It's too bad he didn't do it at home. You get your 1,000th point, you always want to do it at home.
And it's actually a funny story. When we were doing the game in Piscataway, me and my team, it was Gene Durkak, his dad, that actually told me he was 6 points away from 1,000.
Oh, really?
Oh, so it was that close when the game started.
It was at the start of the third quarter when he was 6 points away.
Okay.
I'm surprised nobody's in the bonus yet. Did they recalculate how they do that?
All alone.
All alone to... Who was that? Oh,
33.
Klein.
5 different players scored for Colonia in this quarter. The lead up to the highest it's been at 18, at 50 to 32, and you got to start saying to yourself, 18 points under 5 minutes.
Well, and they scored
would have
30,
to be one
32
hell of a
points
dominant
in the
run.
game.
Would have to be a hell of a dominant run.
Honestly, at this point, you think that it'd be hard for them to do without making some threes, Dylan, don't you think?
Yeah,
Like
it's
18
definitely impressive to see Colonia still getting a tough lead, and they're not really shooting a lot of threes. They definitely shoot a lot more threes in the past.
Well, Woodbridge only has 3 threes. Cruz has 1, Tolliver has 1, and Derek Anderson has 1.
Yeah, and they kind of dumped the three-point game so far in the second half because they just weren't hitting them. They definitely were getting open, you saw, but they just weren't delivering.
I'm hardly official, but I don't see that Colonia has any three-point shots this game. I guess that's unusual, right?
No, they definitely
Colonia
attempted.
has no 3 points made, that's for sure.
Yeah. That old-fashioned three. Kroner got an old-fashioned three, but not a three-point shot. I mean, Woodbridge. If Woodbridge wants to get back in the game, they're going to have to do a few things. They're going to have to make some. First of all, they're going to have to make shots, period. But they're going to have to make some three-point shots, and they're going to have to force some turnovers that convert into baskets. There's a little under 5 minutes to go. They just don't have time.
So for Colonia, it is Durkak, Smith, Klein, Chiara, and Jones. For Woodbridge, it is Tolliver, Cruz, Anderson, and Encarnacion. Picked off. That won't help.
So that would come in. Durkak gets to the basket.
Offensive.
No, they're going to call it.
No.
They called a foul on
Called a foul before the
Cruz.
shot. And he moves the ball around so quick.
First one on. And this is my first high school game of the year. Have they changed the way they count for fouls for a bonus? Because nobody's been in a bonus. There's been loads and loads of fouls.
Well, actually,
it used to be. I mean, I'm used to the college game where you get 7 and you get 1-1, and then you get 10 and then you get a double bonus. But high school used to have a bonus. Thing
I'm pretty sure there is. I mean, usually there is, especially at the end of the game.
But I mean, we've had.
This half's only 4 fouls, though.
It says 3 on Colonia, and then there's the 4th. Yeah, they're keeping it. They have just 1 foul on Woodbridge in this half.
In this half, I think.
Well, unless they've changed it to calculate by quarters. That's what I'm wondering, actually.
I'm pretty sure they don't do it until like the last 2 minutes of the game. But don't quote me on that.
6 Colonia players have scored in this quarter, and one of them is not Wertman. That's balance. Wow! Oh, man, that deserved to go in. What a play by
Smith with a nice under. He made that up and under move before.
Yeah.
That's the one that got him started in the third quarter.
And it's impressive considering Zach is a little bit on the shorter side. He's one of the shorter guys on the team. He's listed at 5'11". So the fact that he can drive up to the rim and get creative shows how much he's improved his game from year to year.
Foul on Klein.
He's one of those few guys that actually started off as a freshman in varsity. He's been on varsity ever since he started off. So he's always had talent.
So we talked about the only one real senior for Colonia. Woodbridge has 3 that are playing serious minutes, the 2 Andersons and Tolliver. And that's only the 3rd point of this quarter for Woodbridge. Out goes Klein, probably for the game. Maybe they're going to start unloading players and putting the backups in. Another point there for Cruz. No field goals for Woodbridge this quarter. Over half of it gone.
Nice ball movement by the
So the Woodbridge team has a lot
shot to drop.
in common with the Jets. No field goals. No good. Nice try, though. What a move underneath there for Anderson.
They ran the break very effectively there. But good defense by the Patriots forced them to try to go underneath. And Brian Anderson will go back to the line. Misses the first.
There have been a lot of missed foul shots this game.
Brian is now 1 for 5 from the free throw line. Second is good. Yeah, there have been a lot of missed free throws, period. Smith comes out now, and Rodriguez goes back in. Smith got himself pinned, but gets out of it nicely.
Here we go.
Lays it up with the right hand. He's got 12 on the game. Patriots still putting some pressure in the backcourt. Anderson will try a 3, no good. Up high for the rebound was Brian Anderson. He got fouled. Tried to put it right back up while he was in the air. Couldn't get it to go. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. 21-point lead now for the Patriots. They've just
19.
19? Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep telling you, man. Leave the numbers to me. Come on.
Obscured view of the board. I thought it was 56. Shots up and no.
I don't think it's the view of the board. I think it's your mathematical skills or lack thereof.
Well, I'm pretty good at substitution, John.
Stick to law, man. I'll stick to accounting.
No, I'm looking through the basket.
Yeah, but it's to your right. You've got a bird's eye view to score to your right.
I was looking to my left.
All right, all right.
Take it easy. See, Dylan, I know you're having fun being on with like an old married couple.
We've known each other for 30 years. No, 30 years. What am I talking about? 35 years.
Yeah.
That's longer than I've been alive.
Thanks a lot.
Everything's longer than you've been alive.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Yeah, it's twice as long as you've been alive. More than twice.
We're almost
Because
four
my
times-
multiplication
we're
skills
almost
are
four
okay.
times your age.
Each? No, I'm kidding.
I say, some people are saying 2 years will be 4 times your age, but we won't because you'll be 2 years older. They're
Here.
holding the ball nice. They're not rushing it.
They spread the offense really well. You could see.
Got to watch this. Here we
Anderson
go.
wasn't close. They didn't start the count. Durkak, nice lane to the basket. Goes up. He looks like he switched hands and got himself in trouble. So he missed it. Smith puts it back in and draws the foul.
Yeah, and Ian Durkak definitely having a little bit of an off day, though. He's missed a few layups.
Yeah. Hasn't made a three. I
So
suspect
Chair
he's
and
a good
Durkak
three
have
show, right?
Probably played together for many, many years. They live across the street from each other.
Who does?
Chiara and Durkak.
Oh, really?
Yep, their families are friends. Chiara's his brother. The principal is Chris Chiara. He's the father of Dylan. Chris's brother has 1,000 points. Here comes Wortman. No, he makes it with the dunk.
A dunk and a half. R.J. Worthman there.
18 points on the day for Wortman. And now it's academic from here.
Another errant pass.
Yeah, and as you were trying to say there, Craig, Durkak, he's been so crystal clean that, like, it's kind of hard to even criticize him even when he has his off days.
Yeah, no, he's obviously a terrific player. You don't get to be ranked 46. You don't get an offer from Villanova or Rutgers for those places if you're not just an absolute terrific scorer.
Well, this is a tale of two halves because the first half was close the whole way. Never a lead, I don't think, more than 3 points either way. And Colonia went into the halftime up 3, 24-21. But they've exploded for 34 and held Woodbridge to 14. So 34-14, second half, Colonia.
Dylan, who's next for the Patriots?
I believe they begin their in-season tournament. I think their next matchup is on the 27th against Westfield right here at Colonia High School at 1.
Isn't that the LeGrand tournament?
I believe so, yes. They have 3 games against Scotch Plains, Westfield, and Franklin.
That doesn't sound easy. I don't know how good those teams are, but they're all generally good sports schools.
Well, it's just hard right away because, you're playing so many games in such a short span. You're playing 4 games in the span of 7 days, I believe.
Hey, they're young. They can handle it.
Chiara will inbound. Woodbridge pressure in the backcourt. Everybody still has their starters in the game. There's
That's
about
surprising.
2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Rodriguez, his first 3 of the game. Well, would have had the first 3 in the game. I don't know if he made one or not. Kicks it out to Smith. He'll try the 3. No good. Ahead to Anderson. He goes up with the right hand and drops it in.
That's the first field goal of the quarter. And I do not understand why the starters are in, especially for Colonia. I say this almost every time we do a game. It could be baseball, football, hockey, you name it. You got the game in hand. Why are they in the game? The last thing you need is an injury to Durkak or to Wortman or to Chiara.
Well,
and they're all here.
The Patriots had a bunch of players at the scoring table ready to come in.
Here we go. Now they're going.
And the Barons.
So here comes Nifa Klein. Number 10 is Tyler Herman. Number 14 is Tyler Chiola. Number 3 is Jace Rodriguez. And let me get you number 24. We've already had him in the game, Julian Jones. We got some new ones for Woodbridge. Number 10 is Brian Barino. Number 15 is Omar Silla. Number 12 is Justin Encarnacion.
Yeah, he's been
Number
in.
11 we know is Derek Anderson.
Klein gets it.
Nice pass up to
Pass to-
14. Tyler Chiola. Let me see if he has any points yet. No points yet. That's his first points of the year.
Nice battle there by Reyes, and he pushes it, puts it back in.
I got that
I'm
as
sorry,
Valdez.
that's Valdez. You're right, I'm wrong. Under a minute to go now.
Blocked. Here comes
That's Joshua Allen.
Josh Allen. So for Woodbridge, they are at 39 points. We have 8 for Isaiah Tolliver, 7 for Emmanuel Cruz, 1 Josh Allen, 1 Ricardo Reyes, 8 Brian Anderson,
Allen now 1 for
10 Derek
3
Anderson, he
from
leads the
free throw
team,
line.
and 4 Angel Valdez, 15, 17, 25.
Dylan, what are your thoughts on the game
Well,
as it winds down here?
it's definitely, like you said, a tale of two halves, you know. Colonia was definitely struggling a lot, looked a little sloppy in the first half, but they adjusted really well. They've done a good job getting their guys open, creative offense. And that's just what Woodbridge didn't have, a creative offense in the second half. It's all about execution.
Yeah, Woodbridge has done a good job of keeping
So for Colonia,
Aiden
Dylan
Durkak
Chera had
below his season's average. I'm sorry, but just not enough offensive weapons to come away with the victory here today. They lose by 20.
Dylan Chera 5, Zachary Smith 11, R.J. Wertman leads the whole game with 16, Aiden Durkak 12, Tyler Chiola 2, Colin Croner 5, Julian Jones 7, and Nifa Klein 2. Makes 60 to 40.
So that'll do it for our crew, Emil Brandolfi and Samantha Ross. This is Craig Coughlin on behalf of John McCormick and Dylan Maltez saying thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful, happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa.
Whatever you celebrate it well.
And have fun. Dylan, final thoughts? Any final thoughts?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody. Have a great holiday, everybody. We'll see you down the road.